Can I just say that from what you say, you all seem very idealistic and
Yeah.
attractive.
Yeah.
But I think the reality is that may get some initially new sets of providers or different groups of providers coming in. And then what inevitably happens in a lot of these circumstances is they come in, they get their individual contracts, and then the bigger companies come in, like for example per capita comes in, buys off those small providers. And in reality, the real provider is actually per capita or some of these other big companies. What will you do to ensure that that doesn't happen, that these small companies that come in or small groups of people who come in actually do retain control of what they're doing and not bought up by bigger groups?
Well, I think the first thing to say is that we will have a system similar to the Merlin standard we have with the DWP. The best way of describing the Merlin standard is if the big guys duff up the little guys, we duff up the big guys. It is really important that we provide commercial protection to smaller organisations involved in this. But I'm also, very clear, I am not interested in giving contracts to big private companies that have got no experience in this area just because they're big private companies. If the big organisations in the private sector want to be part of this, they need to come with a team that demonstrate that they've actually got relevant expertise. This is not something where we can get it wrong. We've got to have expertise coming in that adds value rather than detracts from what we're doing at the moment. And just because you're a big company doesn't mean you're necessarily good at actually helping add value to mentoring and supporting offenders. So we're looking for quality bids, demonstration that you've actually got a pool of expertise in your organisation or your group of organisations that can make a real difference. And we'll be quite hard. This is not simply an exercise in seeing who comes up with the lowest bid. That would be irresponsible.